All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go.
This is Gina from Haunted Flower, and today I saw Up in the Air. Up in the Air is directed by Jason Reitman and stars George Clooney, Vera Farmiga, and Anna Kendrick. Jason Reitman has also directed Thank You for Smoking and Juno. I've never read the novel Up in the Air, written by Walter Kern, but I've been told it's a great read, and I'm kind of motivated to read it now. I really enjoyed this story about a frequent flyer mile accumulator named Ryan Bigham, whose job it is to give hard news to people across the country that they've been fired. Along the way, he travels with Natalie Keener, a young upstarter at the company, showing her the ropes, and he has rendezvous with Alex Gorin, another frequent flyer. This story has many sad moments, given the main character's career, but it also has some funny moments at times, too. What I enjoyed most about this story is that it wasn't predictable. Usually in a given movie, it's easy to figure out what's going to happen next, and you're like, okay, well now he's going to do this, and now they're going to do that, and okay, this little part of the romantic comedy is going to go this way, they're going to run into each other's arms, whatever. But this time, every time I thought that I knew where the movie was going, I was surprised. I liked how this story pleasantly surprised me with being unpredictable. I have heard complaints that George Clooney just acts like himself in this movie, and I can see where that might be an accurate statement. But looking at this movie as a whole, I kind of thought that that's exactly what was needed for this character. If you need this type of guy, charming, interesting, emotional under the surface, good at talking to people, I felt that George Clooney was an excellent casting choice. Vera Farmiga as Alex was interesting because I found her a lot more likable in this movie than in The Departed. I had a hard time with her in The Departed because I never felt like she was someone that Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio would be fighting over, and she looked a little bit old for them too. In this movie, I felt like it was a lot more accurate to the age she can portray, and it felt like her and George Clooney meshed a little bit better, they looked better together, and I felt like they had a certain degree of chemistry that was kind of missing between her and the gentleman in The Departed. She was very charismatic in this movie, and open, but never let her guard down, and it was all a welcome surprise to me to see her do something different and for me to actually like her in this movie. The best part about this movie was the acting done by Anna Kendrick as Natalie. This poor girl has been underutilized as her role as the ditzy, jealous friend in the Twilight Saga. She has some serious acting chops. She's gone from playing a 17-year-old in that series to a 23-year-old here and handled the transition very well. She's very believable. She's perky and a real go-getter in the beginning, but kind of changes as she goes on the road for the real-world experience and firing people. Her reactions and the pain that she goes through as people are at their most vulnerable, it's just so heart-wrenching to watch. I think this movie is going to be a major jumping-off point for her career. We will see a lot of good things from her in the future. She was excellent in this movie. This is a very timely movie. Lots of people out there are losing their jobs. I know unemployment has gotten up to at least 19% by now, and it was 25% in the Great Depression. The director had a lot of real people who have been fired come in for this movie to react the way they would have wanted to when they were let go, and it lends so much realism to this movie. There are only a few actors, Zach G. from The Hangover and J.K. Simmons among them. Most of these people are real faces who have had this experience. I don't know how anyone can watch this movie without being affected by it because it's happened to someone you know or yourself. During the credits is a song titled Up in the Air, written and sung by Kevin Rennick about how he felt after losing his job. And it's just kind of nice, one guy and his guitar. It really fits the movie really well. And I read somewhere that due to some small technicality about when it was written and when it's played in the credits, that it might not be eligible for an Oscar nomination. And I think that's kind of ridiculous. This type of story with this song is exactly what Oscar dreams are made of, the situation where the song came about and it applying so well to the movie. I think it would be a shame if it's disqualified from the Oscar hunt. My final opinion about this movie is that it's a timely movie, it's full of emotion, and it's a unique story that kept me on my toes with its unpredictability and excellent acting, so I highly recommend seeing it. And that's all I have to say this time. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.
Visit us at hauntedflower.com for fantastic apparel, action figures, and collectibles. We have all your nerdy needs. Also, you can Google Haunted Flower to find our MySpace profile, Facebook fan page, and Rotten Tomatoes reviews. If you're local to the Indianapolis area, visit indiemojo.com for details on how you can win free screening passes.
George Clooney, Vera Farmiga. I think that's how you say her name. Vera Farmiga? Vera Farmiga. Vera Farmiga. Vera Farmiga. Is it Vera? Okay.